Hi Ravi, we are so excited and delighted to have you here at Atero at a Noida office. And I think it's even more inspiring for you to be the first Asian winner in squash from India and now a national games winner. So I would be really keen to know about your journey. How did you get into squash and how did it go on from there?
First of all, thank you so much for having me because for this podcast, I said yes because of only one initiative, which I really, passionate about this Atero and electronic recycling thing. So I think this is the one reason which I said yes for this
No, thank you for
podcast.
that.
But thank you for having me though.
So how did it all begin for you into squash and how did this journey start?
So my journey is like I'll tell you in short. So basically, I belong to Dhampur, which is very famous for sugar factory.
Yes, yes.
एंड जो हमारी सोसाइटी है वहाँ पे स्पोर्ट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स है. सो स्पोर्ट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स में यू हैव ऑल द गेम्स.
अच्छा.
सो उस गेम से क्या हो रहा है कि जो हमारे चेयरमैन है शुगर फैक्ट्री के मिस्टर विजय कुमार गोयल, ही लव स्पोर्ट, नॉट स्पेसिफिक स्क्वॉश और टेनिस, ऑल द स्पोर्ट्स. सो उन्होंने डेडिकेटेड एक कोच रखे हुए हैं फॉर ऑल द स्पोर्ट्स. सो नॉर्मल अपना स्कूलिंग के बाद मैं और मेरे 2-3 फ्रेंड्स कभी स्विमिंग कर रहे हैं, कभी बैडमिंटन खेल रहे हैं, कभी कुछ कर रहे हैं. बट जो स्क्वॉश कोर्ट का एरिया हमेशा खाली रहता था बिकॉज नॉट वेरी फेमस गेम. तो वहाँ के जो सर थे, सो उन्होंने हमें बोला, मुझे मेरे फ्रेंड को, कि ये गेम तुम लोग ट्राई क्यों नहीं करते. तो हम वो बात सुन के जस्ट रैन अवे. लेकिन 2-3 दिन के बाद मैं और मेरा एक फ्रेंड और हम लोग आए और हमने बोला सर को कि ठीक है सर, हमें ट्राई करना है. सो ही गेव अस द रैकेट. और बिकॉज दिस गेम्स लुक वेरी इजी फ्रॉम आउटसाइड कि यार दीवार पे बॉल ही तो मारनी है, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम. लेकिन जब आपको रैकेट मिलता है हाथ में और बॉल मिलती है तो इट बिकम डिफिकल्ट. तो जब सर ने हमें दिया वो रैकेट बॉल मारने के लिए, तो हम जब उसको मार रहे हैं तो कभी लाइट पे लग रही है, कभी फ्रेम पे लग के बॉल बाहर जा रही है, रेड लाइन के ऊपर जा रही है. सो दैट फ्रस्ट्रेशन कि बॉल लग क्यों नहीं रहा है, एंड दैट्स हाउ आई स्टार्टेड प्लेइंग स्क्वॉश.
So it is interesting कि अभी काफी acceptance हो गई है about children taking sports, considering it कि अपने career के लिए. But जब आप छोटे थे, did you face any obstacles and challenges personally, professionally to take this up full time?
ऑफ कोर्स, लाइक आप जब कोई भी स्पोर्ट खेलते हो पढ़ाई से ज्यादा, तो ऑब्वियसली पेरेंट्स का दैट कंसर्न हो जाता है. बट सेम टाइम आई थिंक नाउ डेज इट बिकम मोर ओपन. पेरेंट्स आर वेरी सपोर्टिव एंड वेरी हेल्पिंग किड्स को कि आप अच्छा जो करना चाहते हो उसमें आप करो. स्पेशली आप गवर्नमेंट, मोदी जी सपोर्टिंग स्पोर्ट्स को इतना. बट पहले क्या होता था, इतना नहीं था. बट देन अगेन फॉर मी इट वाज लाइक कि स्पोर्ट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स में सारी फैसिलिटी सब फ्री था. तो जो हमारे चेयरमैन है, ही इज द बेस्ट. उन्होंने सारी फैसिलिटी फ्री कर रखी थी. आप बस आओ और अपना टैलेंट जो है जिस भी स्पोर्ट्स में आप वो दिखाओ. सो पेरेंट्स का इतना कंसर्न था नहीं, बिकॉज होता है ना जब पेरेंट्स की जेब से कुछ पैसा नहीं जा रहा होता, सो दे डोंट वरी दैट मच. बट अगेन उनका पढ़ाई का कंसर्न था. सो पढ़ाई भी साथ में चल रही थी, एंड देन स्पोर्ट्स आल्सो आई टुक अप.
So who was
Professionally.
your sports person? Who was your inspiration when you were young?
आई थिंक व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड तब तो ऐसा कोई नहीं था. लेकिन जब मैं अंडर 15 का इंडिया नंबर 1 बना, एंड दैट्स हाउ आई स्टार्टेड सीइंग कि कौन है जो टॉप प्लेयर है. सो दे यूज्ड टू बी डेविड पामर, फॉर्मर वर्ल्ड नंबर 1. सो ही हैज बीन वेरी माय एम कि उनकी तरह बनना है, उनकी तरह करना है. एंड देयर इज वन मोर प्लेयर, ओंग बैंगी, इज फ्रॉम मलेशिया, एंड ही वाज इन टॉप 10 इन वर्ल्ड रैंकिंग में. सो उनको देख के ही वो फोकस था कि क्या करना है आगे. बट गोइंग फ्रॉम धामपुर जगह से चेन्नई, द इंडियन अकेडमी, व्हेन आई गॉट अ कॉल फ्रॉम द फेडरेशन कि तो हमारे जो विजय कुमार गोयल हैं चेयरमैन, उनको कॉल गया फेडरेशन से कि ऐसे ऐसे बच्चा है और ही कैन डू रियली वेल आगे ये वो. एंड दैट्स हाउ आई स्टार्टेड मूविंग टू चेन्नई, जो मेरा फोकस और गेम था. सो आई थिंक
very interesting to see the journey. So today, how important is technology, analytics, data vis-a-vis talent and nurturing for sportsmen to really excel?
आई थिंक नाउ एवरीथिंग आप बस नाम करो एंड यू हैव इट. बट बैक इन डेज से अगर 10-15 साल पहले हम बात करें तो इतना एक्टिवली चीजें नहीं मिलती थी, ना ही होती थी. बट आई थिंक फॉर नाउ डेज, अभी की जो जनरेशन है उनके लिए स्पोर्ट्स इज वेरी वेरी प्रोडक्टिव कि आपको हर एक चीज अवेलेबल है. आपको मतलब कहीं पे भी 10 किलोमीटर दूर नहीं जाना है, या एवरीथिंग इज क्लोज बाय. So I think playing any sport, it's very helpful now.
So the national games have just concluded. You won at the games. So how was your experience there?
So the national games, like मैं अभी जितने भी national games खेला हूँ, somehow I have a medal. So 2011 झारखंड में हुआ था, I have a silver medal. Then you have a Trivandrum bronze medal. Then Gujarat bronze medal, Goa bronze medal, and then again this Uttarakhand bronze medal. So I think national games have been very lucky to me, having every time
And I'm
medals.
really keen to know about your Asian journey. I mean, that's something very inspiring for athletes.
Yes, so like when so me and Deepika, we both created history by becoming a first Indian for the Asian Junior Champion.
Okay.
And I think when you represent India, it gives you automatically that goosebump and that proud. But when you create history, and especially beating a Pakistani players who were ruling at that time, they're like world number one. So उनको हराना फाइनल में, I think that gives me more ये कि हम एक उस कंट्री के प्लेयर को हरा रहे हैं जो ऑलरेडी वर्ल्ड नंबर 1 रह चुके हैं. So I think me and Deepika creating history, it was, I think.
So you have been a veteran at national games all across India, international tournaments. I think one thing which was unique is कि the medals were used recycled metals, which comes from e-waste. I'm so happy that you're here because our company Atero actually did it.
Yeah.
But in your vast experience, have you ever had this concept at any other games internationally where the medals were using recycled material?
To be very honest, no. But after hearing this Atero thing, and what they're doing, it is really passionate. I love something, अगर हम किसी environment के लिए या किसी चीज के लिए कोई ऐसी चीज हो रही है, so that I get very attached and very this thing in that way. So I think this is a very good initiative, and I think Atero is doing really good job. And medal का जब मुझे पता चला, so I got call from one of your colleague, and उन्होंने जब बताया, I was very surprised and I was very happy also कि okay, because normally हमें जब medal मिलता है we just keep it, but अब ये medal थोड़ा मेरे लिए special हो गया कि okay, this is recycle होके इलेक्ट्रॉनिक का इसका बना हुआ है. So
I think that will be very inspiring for the whole team here. But I want to come back to another question, which is on the mental aspect. And there may be infrastructure, there may be money, there may be motivation, but mental strength versus physical competence, what is your view on that?
I think nowadays mentally strong होना is very important, because nowadays इतने सारे cases हो रहे हैं, people are become very short term, they want everything in quick, but I think patience is the key for your success. So I think that it has to be हर इंसान के अंदर वो होना बहुत जरूरी है, and that's how your mental thing becomes stronger.
Okay.
So you have to be just patient for everything. चाहे आप ऑफिस का काम करो, स्पोर्ट्स का कर रहे हो, patience is the key for keeping your mind strong. And
so I think one interesting question would be for youngsters today. Let's say I was sitting here and I was a child and I was very interested in sports.
Yeah.
How would you guide me? What would be, let's say, 5 words or 5 lines that you would say to me?
I think first thing, as I said, कि sports now become very big in India and abroad or worldwide. So I think playing any sport is fine. Until someone is playing sport, I'll be very happy. And second, पढ़ाई को छोड़ना नहीं है, obviously that is more important as well. But playing sports is also similarly, parallelly अगर आप लेके चल सकते हो, then you are sorted. But अगर कोई एक चीज चूज करने के लिए भी हो रहा है, but don't choose one. So it's better to give थोड़ा time. अगर 30-70 भी हो रहा है तब भी is fine. At least you're keeping yourself healthy and fitter, because nowadays इतनी जल्दी जल्दी लोगों को अटैक आ रहे हैं, ये हो रहा है. But I think healthy रहना is very important, and that give you a good life to live
So
longer.
you mentioned a very important word about being healthy, and obviously physical fitness is an important aspect for it, but also having a clean and healthy environment. So what are your views on sustainability? As an athlete, how do you look at that, especially now that you've got a bit exposed to how, let's say, the medals came from recycled material?
Yeah.
You're here at India's largest recycling firm. So what is your view on sustainability?
I think a lot of corporate now, they are into like CSR funds they are using to help and grow some sports, because government हर जगह इतना नहीं कर पा रहा, but now a lot of corporate companies are into it, and I think वो बहुत अच्छा एक vision दे रहे हैं those who cannot afford to play any sports. So so the support is there कि अगर वो उनको सपोर्ट करें तो किड्स आर showing their talent and becoming a India number 1 और वर्ल्ड में जो भी वो अपना बेस्ट कर सकते हैं. So I think lot of corporate अगर और आ जाते हैं, so sports will become more bigger picture in India and abroad, I think.
So you are here talking about e-waste awareness, and clearly athletes are role models for a large section of the society, especially the future generation. So what do you think about an athlete like you being a role model for sustainability, environment, health? What are your views on that?
I think obviously I'll be more happy, and today I am here because of one of that. So I think a lot of sportsmen already doing in a different pattern. So like now today we are talking about this Atero recycling thing, but there are plastic से related भी हैं जिनके sportsmen, there are ambassador and also they are promoting and supporting the environment to be in a good zone. So I think a lot of players and celebrities are into that, who are supporting all this. So I think this is a very good initiative and very good thing for a country to be environment free and acha mahol and weather wise. So yeah.
That's nice to know. And I think we've already talked a little bit about that, but for us, what we are doing, we believe we are trying to inspire people to work for the environment. But you will be an amazing inspiration story for people who want to pick up sports. It doesn't have to be for winning medals, but for being fit. What are your views on that? Any inspiring lines on that basis?
I think inspiring line is like जब आप I think the day you start lying to yourself, तब आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. So whenever you're trying to lie, just mirror के सामने जाओ and then you say whatever you want to say. फिर आपको realize होगा कि no, this is wrong. So अगर आप कुछ भी चीज़ कर रहे हो, चाहे वो sports हो, कुछ भी हो, अगर आप एक dedicated और honest हो अपने आप से, then nobody can stop you. So I think you have to be very honest to yourself, first thing. Secondary is followed by later on the progress goes that way. So you have to be very honest to yourself, first thing, and dedicated, and that you have to be passionate about whatever you're doing it. So I think that helps.
So I'm very keen to know, you mentioned about being the Asian winner along with Deepika. You mentioned is actually the wife of Dinesh Karthik, and I think the cricket crazy public would be very keen to know some interesting stories, anecdotes about that journey, and as well as inspiring stories or even funny stories in your whole sports career.
Yeah, I think so. Like when I shifted from my hometown to Chennai, so that was one journey. Shifting Chennai was not easy for me because the language problem over there, and going age of 13 to Chennai without your parents and all. So that was very challenging. But my aim and everything was very focused. And I think I took a very good decision by shifting to Chennai, because that's how I got a chance to create history by becoming a first Indian in male, me, and then in female, there was Deepika Palikar, who was very known for, that Dinesh Karthik wife. And I think we both, when we created the history, so we don't know कि क्या हुआ है. So we came to know later on, जब हमारे coach ने, Mr. Cyrus Ponce was our coach. So he told us कि you guys created the history. And that moment, like when we heard this line, I was like, okay, this is something which we created. And that's how, like all the Indian team Scotch की जो थी, we all were very happy, and we celebrated like anything. तो जब हमारे मैच खत्म हुए थे तो कोर्ट के अंदर ही सारे प्लेयर आ गए थे, and they are lifting us, and we created history, this and that and everything. And also like I got a cash prize immediately after winning the thing. So वहाँ पे एक masters के player थे, and immediately he announced that I'm giving ₹1,00,000 to Ravi.
Oh wow.
So just imagine 2011-12 में giving a ₹1,00,000 at that moment, and that gives me more happier कि okay. And I think that's how the journey started more. And after junior, then you goes to the men's category, and then the journey started.
So one question I've always had is that before the game, how what is the ritual? Are you able to sleep in the night if you have, let's say, the finals? Do you go hungry for the match? How do you manage the nerves? Because that's something I'm always curious about.
I think now though we are used to it, but of course when we were in junior, so like playing even every single match, it gives us very nervousness and we get scared. So जब ये फाइनल था नेक्स्ट डे हमारा, तो आज रात को हमारे कोच ने हमें नहीं बताया था कि अगर आप जीते हो तो हिस्ट्री होगी दिस एंड दैट, ऑल तो वी वर प्लेइंग पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर्स, सो एक वो ऑलरेडी डर था बिकॉज पाकिस्तानी रूल कर रहे थे तब स्कॉश में वर्ल्ड नंबर 1 होके, सो उनके साथ खेलना. एंड द सैड पार्ट वाज कि आई वाज, सो हमारे में बेस्ट ऑफ 5 होता है, सो वी हैव टू विन 3 गेम्स. सो आई वाज 2 love down, 2 games down, एंड इवन द थर्ड गेम आई वाज मैच बॉल डाउन. सो पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर को सिर्फ 1 पॉइंट चाहिए था टू विन द चैंपियनशिप, बट वहाँ से somehow I picked and won the third game and then fourth and then fifth. So becoming a this history, you know, आप मैच बॉल डाउन होके वहाँ से आपने वो हिस्ट्री क्रिएट की है. So that, you know, moment and that phase it become very important and very memorable कि आपने मतलब बोलते ना किसी के मुंह से आपने निवाला छीन लिया, उसको सिर्फ 1 पॉइंट चाहिए था चैंपियनशिप जीतने के लिए, मुझे 2 गेम और जीतने थे उस गेम के बाद. सो आई थिंक दैट वाज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट मोमेंट.
एक स्पोर्ट्समैन के पास एक होता है, एक वो जोन में आ जाते हैं वेयर यू फील दैट यू आर इनविंसिबल एंड यू आर एट द पीक. तो आप जब वो जोन में आते हो, व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट इट? क्या वो जोन कंसिस्टेंट रहता है कि रुक जाता है?
आई थिंक यस, लाइक अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस हो देन यू डोंट सी एनीथिंग एल्स, यू जस्ट यू नो गोइंग स्ट्रेट टू दैट लाइन. And I think at that point and at that years I was very focused, so I think that helped me. Like you have to be very focused, and as I said, you have to be very honest to yourself.
So what are your future plans? You want to stay in sports or you got anything else planned?
Of course, because Scotch has given me a life, so of course I cannot away from the Scotch. So now I'm running my own academy.
Oh, very nice.
So 4 academies I have. One is in Gurgaon, Banaras, and my hometown and Delhi.
What is it called?
So the company name called Scoffit.
Okay.
And Scoffit stands for SQU is Scotch, FIT is fitness. So I've given the name of Scoffit.
Oh, we will definitely put it up because we would like people and the kids to join an academy like you and get inspired by you. Coming back to the medal, I think all our viewers जो लोग देख रहे हैं would be very very keen कि भाई ये है क्या, ये medal क्या है, क्या ये देखने में कुछ अलग है? अगर e-waste से बना है, जो मेरा फोन है मेरे पॉकेट में, इससे क्या मेडल बन सकता है? आप are you carrying it with you?
Yes, definitely I have it with me. And because मैं इसको इसीलिए लेके आया हूँ because this medal is very special for me.
हाँ.
जब मुझे पता चला कि ये recycled का बना हुआ है, so I think this is one of the best medals so far I have earned. So I think yes.
I think this is very inspiring for us, for the country, that we are moving into a direction where I would say this time in the Olympics there were recycled medals, and national games also had that. So I think we are now at the world standard, which we always were.
Definitely.
So what would be your inspiring last thought for people when they see that medal? What message do you have for people?
आई थिंक अभी तक जो हम मेडल जीते थे वो आई थिंक हम लोग अपने लिए या अपनी फैमिली के लिए या अपने कोचेस के लिए और सबके लिए, मतलब आप जिनका भी नाम लो उनके लिए लाते थे. लेकिन अभी जब आपको ये पता चलता है कि ये किसी चीज़ से बना हुआ है, तब इसको अर्न करना आई थिंक बिकम मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. तो आई थिंक अभी आप लोगों को इसके लिए खेलना है जो भी यंगस्टर है. सो जो रिसाइकिल चीज़ों से बन रहा है, आई थिंक इस मेडल का आपको बहुत ही स्पेशल मोमेंट होगा जब आपको ये मेडल मिलेगा. देन यू रियलाइज कि ओके व्हाट रवि सेड वाज राइट.
No, this is very special for us, and thank you for coming, taking out your time and putting a real face to what this whole journey is about. And we congratulate you, and I'm sure after this thousands of kids will get inspired and join an academy like yours. So all the
Definitely. Thank you so much. And I think one thing I would like to add, so I have also done the TV reality show, which is very and as you ask, when you are very focused and everything, how do you compare that? So I was in Hong Kong when I got call for this reality show.
Hmm.
And ये शो वही है जो बिग बॉस लोग बनाते हैं,
अच्छा।
एंडमॉल शाइन इंडिया वालों का. तो उनका जब मुझे कॉल आया टू डू दिस शो, ऑल्सो इट्स ए स्पोर्ट शो, दैट्स व्हाई आई सेड यस. एंड सेकंड, शाहरुख खान the host, so
Oh, that's-
definitely
wow,
you can't say
that's very
no to
nice.
any show. So I did that show, and that journey was totally different.
Okay.
Seeing Bollywood lifestyle, sportsman की lifestyle कैसी होती है, and the celebrity जो उनका lifestyle होता है वो कैसा होता है. So I think I have seen both, but still I choose over that lifestyle. Sports wala is much better,
Very nice.
by keeping healthy and entertaining, because both fields are very entertaining. But yes, because I'm into sports, so I continue with that sports. So then after that, I did not do any show or anything. But yes, I've got so many offers, but I was focused and into the games. Yeah.
But the good news is that you've played and co acted with a Deepika, so
Yeah.
you're as good as Shahrukh.
Yeah, exactly. And also, so बोलते हैं ना कि sportsmen कहीं पे भी जाते हैं, so they try to get medal. So even in that, I have won my episode.
Okay.
So उसमें 16 episodes से, and which I episode one, that was the 7th episode, which I won in that.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, I was very happy कि चलो उसमें भी जीता है आपने.
No, thank you for coming here, taking out your time and inspiring us people, and I'm sure everyone who's environmentally conscious and who's not always has that desire will treat this as an inspiration, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Etero, for inviting me and for this medal, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.